David's fans are still reeling over the tragic news of the murder of Celeste. This girl that had been associated with him over a few years by the looks of it ends up being found dead in the front trunk of a Tesla. A lot of people have been trying to get to the bottom of exactly why this might have happened. I did a 2-hour deep dive into a lot of his lyrics. He had a lot of very bizarre lyrics about running away, him running away, this girl running away, having to take somebody back, having to take someone home, the timing not being right on the relationship, having to wait. But one of the theories going around as to why this might have happened is that it's possible that Celeste might have actually been pregnant at the time that she passed away. Now, there's been a whole bunch of posts going around on Reddit. A lot of it's been taken from the David Discord, and people are really trying to get to the bottom of this pregnancy story. And there's a post here on Reddit called The Pregnancy Timeline via Discord. And I touched on this in one of my previous videos, but there's been more comments, more analysis, more breakdowns of this. And it's sounding pretty crazy. So this is a back and forth that went down with a deleted user that some people think might have been Celeste. Somebody said, "How are you?" And they were mid, "How about you?" This person piped into the conversation, this deleted user, saying, "Guys, I think I'm pregnant." They're saying, "What?" And then they basically go on to say, "Why do you think you're pregnant?" And I said, "Because my belly keeps getting bigger." People saying, "Unexpected. Who going to tell him?" They're saying, "Are you a V?" They said, "It's easier said than done. Sometimes something kicks in my belly." And they basically go on to basically say, somebody says, "Make sure if you're really pregnant or not. And if yes, tell the father and your parents. It might be hard, but you know." And they replied saying, "I don't have parents, but thanks for the advice," with people saying possibly this is because she ran away from home. She can't contact her parents anymore. Somebody replies, they go back and forth. This deleted user says, "I don't have parents." Someone says, "I'm sorry about that." They say, "No problem." And then they say they're 17. Now, saying people believe that she was 17. They don't know if this was her. Right now, it's pure speculation. But obviously, there's been a lot of talk about, the possibility that these Discord users or even people in David's team might have actually believed Celeste to be older than she actually was. People saying, they said they thought she was 17 or 18. But then David apparently posted, "Me and at this deleted user got a kid on the way," after somebody asked if he was happily married or single. And then this basically goes back and forth. It said if the pregnancy wasn't a host and she is pregnant in the autopsy report, she was murdered before March this year. If the autopsy report shows that she recently had a child, then she was murdered more recently than March. And a lot of people are saying it was probably August when the murder likely took place. So this would have been in July, on July the 12th, 2024. And all of this pregnancy talk was going on in 2024. It's saying, so yeah, March next year, that's when the baby's due. And this is David saying, yeah, this is the original comment that we saw in the previous slide. David saying, "Me and deleted user got a kid on the way." And they're saying, yeah, so, March next year, that's when it's going to be. Okay. And then they keep going back and forth. David asks the group in Discord, "What should I name my kids, guys?" And people start saying David. After the pregnancy reveal, there's an image going around of David with his arm on a woman's leg, with some people believing that to be Celeste. And it says here, the first screenshots might not be her. Keep that in mind. Just doing this in case no one has done the timeline of the pregnancy. If that was her in the pregnancy scare screenshots, it means that he was having relations with her when she was 13. And it's saying the way people in the chat are ignoring her is genuinely making me really sad, man. This is why I hate Discord. It feels genuinely like dead internet theory. Just a bunch of weirdos tweeting nobody asked moments and ignoring everything else. Okay, it's twisted. People saying, "I believe those same pink suede track pants from the video of her with David's brother backstage, and they're backstage in this photo. I just noticed this was backstage. That's why I included it." Oh my gosh. So they're saying that that's her wearing some pink pants. And then this is that footage of her walking backstage. And this would have been on June the 27th, 2024. Not too long after those comments were going around. This is July the 12th, 2024 that this image was posted. But it might have been an old picture, or it may have been just the same situation occurring another day. But that does look like pink pants. Does look like pink pants, the Hello Kitty Crocs, and yeah, there's a possibility that's the same thing. That is definitely spooky. So people are saying, yep, it's from early July, week after the photo of Celeste sneaking backstage with David's brother Caleb was taken. It makes sense why she might have been wearing the same outfit in the photos. People saying, yep, I'm genuinely convinced that she was pregnant. This is horrific. All right, it's really messed up. People saying, I think David killed her so he wouldn't have to deal with pregnancy. Plus, it would sort of reveal that he was with Celeste, which could have got him arrested earlier. So we really don't know. I mean, once the actual date of death comes out, it's going to be a lot easier to put this together. So people were posting her old TikToks and comparing them with the screenshots about the pregnancy, right? So they're saying this girl follows Celeste on TikTok, showed her repost about pregnancy. Combined with those screenshots about pregnancy in the Discord chat, it sounds convincing. So let's take a look at this. I don't know if there's going to be audio. Hopefully it's not just another one of David's trash songs in the background. Let's hear it.
Might be Celeste's TikTok.
Let's look at this.
Okay, so some of you know I can see what might be Celeste's TikTok from before she passed. It's private to most, but looking through her reposts, I saw this one. Look at the time it was reposted. This is just crazy.
You have been promoted.
This says when he went from boyfriend to my baby daddy. So this would indicate the pregnancy.
You are now one of my elite employees. You missed the
And that's saying it was reposted on February the 9th, 2024.
trash over there, honey.
So if she was saying that the baby was likely due in March, March of 2025, that timeline kind of doesn't add up. Or maybe there was another pregnancy scare, or maybe it was unrelated. See if there's anything else to see in this. Yeah, that's kind of dark. Okay, that's kind of spooky. And that was apparently the date of her last repost was February the 16th, 2024, notably 2 days after Valentine's Day, around the time she did go missing. People saying with a no repost from 2025, I'm concerned I haven't seen any proof of life from her since 2024. People saying, yeah, me neither. She did have multiple TikTok names. I know this one says user with a bunch of numbers, but the one that was found was 0907. These young kids just change their username so much and create random new profiles all the time. Plus, I'm assuming once too many people started recognizing it, she would just delete and create new ones. That's crazy. Okay, people saying, I figured the Discord message was a joke, but if she was really pregnant, she must have gotten an ABTION maybe, and she would have had the baby before she passed. It might have been a miscarriage. That's what people are saying, man. So there were a bunch of TikTok reposts from David that were very concerning. Okay, check this one out. All right, this one's dark. It says every guy's personal hell is watching his girlfriend defend another man to him. That's not the worst of it, right? What does it say? You want to be something again? That's grim. But this one's the darkest one. It says, me, after hearing about her past with other boys, I'm jealous and utterly disgusted by her actions. This is a scene from American Psycho with the villain Patrick Bateman. He is about to kill this woman in the film. Okay? He's reposting that saying, after hearing about her past, he pulls the nail gun. He's going to shoot her in the back of the head. I don't think he ends up doing it. Somebody distracts him. But that's basically him saying, yeah, I was about to kill somebody over their past, which is very, very strange. And there's more angry reposts of him seemingly being jealous about her. Me realizing you won't go to heaven if you end your shit. And I don't know whether that's him saying the person that he's going to delete won't go to heaven because of the bad things they did in the betrayal, or him saying me realizing he won't go to heaven because of the bad things that he's done. Very twisted, very dark. All right. Like, really? Why are you reposting that? That's crazy. Very, very dark, twisted reposts. Not just that. Post this XXXTentacion clip.
Don't like. Instead of getting to you, don't. Your lover says something to you don't like. Instead of getting angry, instead of leaving, which is never the answer because
he's really not the person we want to hear relationship talk from. XXXTentacion, great music, but very twisted guy himself. Had a horrible case where he had done unthinkable things to a young woman.
Never find love in leaving. That's pride. If you think with pride during your relationship, the shit won't work out. And unfortunately, due to time, people change, priorities change, and the way people kind of treat you also changes once they get what they want. I think that's enough said with that situation. And if you love someone and you fully devote yourself to them and you don't lie to them, and you do everything in your power to be there for them fully, and they know that, and you don't play mind games with them, it's no longer fun. They like fun. They don't like anything simple. So they like someone that's going to be an asshole. They like someone that doesn't have time for them and won't give them attention. You know what it feels like to feel for somebody, you know what I'm saying? And when you have this genuine feeling that you get from somebody and you make that person your source of happiness, obviously it becomes like, they become your drug. You know what I'm saying? This girl became like my drug.
So he's agreeing with all of that stuff. He's basically saying all these mind games, all this manipulation, or how you deal with women, the relationship becoming the drug. He's agreeing with that. This is another one saying, not saying I'm jealous or anything, but I hope whoever flirts with you other than me gets hit by multiple cars. I mean, it's a joke, but also it's a reference to violence. Like, it's leaking information that he's willing, he's hoping, he's looking for violence about his heartbreak, about his jealousy. It's very, very twisted, really, And there's just a whole bunch of this. Look at this one. When you're listening to a pathological liar tell you about absolutely nothing for literally no reason. All of these things. Me, if I ever found out my son cheated on his nice, loving, caring, smart, innocent girlfriend for a bop. And it's violence. It's a belt. Somebody's getting the belt. Saying this is me if I ever find out my son cheated on his innocent girlfriend as a bop. With a bop. Beatings. Violence. He seems to think that violence is okay in the face of betrayal and heartbreak. It's throwback to when Flight completely lost his mind.
Any other girl. The only girl I would say this to is because I felt like I thought she was going to be fucking right, and that was the clout chasing that stop bitch that I was with the previous time. I thought she was right for me, which turns out she wasn't fucking right for me. She was a fucking clout chasing that stop bitch that was all in it for her fucking self. Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Bitch, I should have left your ass on red, bitch! Fuck you! For ever coming in my fucking life, bitch! Bitch! You know what the fuck I'm talking to, bitch! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Bitch! Should've left your motherfucking ass on red, bitch! Right when I motherfucking was about to come with a motherfucking million on YouTube, bitch. This motherfucking stupid ass clout just bitch hit me up on my DMs talking about shit. Oh my gosh! I'm so happy you're doing good. Bitch, shut your ass up. What you really want from me, bitch? I'm so happy you're doing good in life. What the fuck you really want from me, bitch? You wanted my motherfucking guapo, you little stupid ass dot.
So David's posting all this type of stuff showing how butthurt he is over these heartbreaks, right? Another thing that's going around, another throwback post from him, this was apparently on June the 27th, 2023, and this was basically somebody screen captured, said this is a poem that he posted on his story from the summer of 2023. Seems like he had this twisted, sick idea that the ultimate form of love is killing for someone, and I feel like this supports the idea he was contemplating this for a long time. And these are lyrics as a poem that he posted. It is screenshotted from his camera roll on June the 27th, 2023, or at least that's when it was written. It could have been posted later. It says, I killed a flower tonight. And you saw all those white flowers and white roses in those videos. They represent something very dark, the purity of this young person, very screwed up. He said, I killed a flower tonight, not by stepping on it, not by uprooting it, not by even keeping it from the sun, but simply because I gave it too much water, and it reminded me love is not gentle, love is violence, and I have an awful habit of drowning people. I didn't mean to kill them. If anything, I tried to give them more life, but I simply gave too much water. Now, this is twisted. Okay, love is violence. It makes me sick. What a skewed perception. All right. People saying, do any people actually find this generic, want to be edgy stuff deep? No, dead ass. I don't know if people think he's some genius who's the first to use that stupid ass metaphor. I just want to tell him to shut the F up. I agree with that. All these like, oh, I'm so deep, man. I'm so deep. Oh, these white flowers. Bro, you're a creep. You're a creep. We see what's going on, man. So Celeste's Twitter account has also been circulating and people have been posting David retweeting her. This is one of her Twitter accounts that's been circulating. People are saying it's just more proof. It's interesting because this user tagged David on someone else's post about Fortnite, and as far as I know, Celeste and David played Fortnite together. So this is her atting him. Get this off my stuff for BLM, please. And in the thread, my OG post, David only replied to Celeste's tweets, and they're comfortable with tagging him around. Also, she would have been 10 or 11 there. This is 2022. That is actually crazy, but I don't think 11 is quite right. It says, if you go to her profile and reply, she only commented on David's post and tagged him. That's definitely her. Celeste turned 12 in September 2022. She even types like a child. There ain't no way he didn't know her age. Also, she just joined Twitter in September and commented on his July tweets, meaning they probably just met around September, and he introduced her to his socials. This is him saying, I've made like 7 songs today. Try to make the perfect photo dump audio. And she replied, love, fave, OMG. I love this OMG song. And they're saying she's typing like a child. All right. So people on Reddit, and I don't necessarily agree with this, but I do want to explore this just as something that's interesting. People on Reddit saying her family must have known what was going on, and some people even suggested that her sister actually encouraged her to be with him. This says her family knew I live in Lake Elsinore, And I know people who were friends with Celeste. From what I've heard, the family knew she had this boyfriend and also how old he was. She wasn't really missing. She just kept running away from home. The family, of course, had to report it, though, because of school and stuff like that. And her sister even encouraged her to be in the situation with David. It's hard to have sympathy for a family who didn't protect their own. She should have been guided in the right direction. It's sad. Now, I don't condone that. I don't agree with that sentiment. I think it's a really tragic situation. And I know that the family is obviously going to be going through it right now. And so I don't want to victim blame. I don't want to put any blame onto the family. There's only one person really to blame, and this is the person who took Celeste's life. And we're all still waiting to find out whether that can truly be proven to be David. But they're saying everyone in her life failed that little girl. You know, look, the same people, maybe he was paying the family indirectly so they didn't complain so much. People are saying, I saw a screenshot where he'd sent Celeste $9,000. People saying that's human trafficking, and if so, her parents could be involved. I'm not sure if I believe that the parents could be involved. This is a picture that's going around saying, how many racks can I have? She says, give me 10 bands right now. He sends $9,000, and it says, I can't stop falling for her. That is actually twisted. That is actually twisted. And that's crazy. So there's another comment on a post, basically, where she's commenting on he's commenting on, I guess, someone else's post. It could be her post, unclear, saying, can I please have 10 bands? Okay, just saving all of this for a longer deep dive that I'm going to be doing. Okay, saying he posted it on his TikTok. You can see the watermark below. It's super twisted, all right, super messed up. So the other thing I wanted to point out in this video is old lyrics have now surfaced from a song where the song's called apparently Understand, and he sings about people wanting to take her from him, and how she even had to keep her head down when he was driving her home. So this is October 2022, which in theory could have been soon after they first met, according to some people, if her birthday was in September, and that's when they would have met, according to the last post. So put your head down. You don't understand, no, because I just want to keep you safe more than anything. We're going home, so keep your head down till we get there, because I know there's people that want to take you from me, and I won't let them do that. No, baby, but here we are. So, yeah, that's kind of super creepy. People are saying that's gross. Is this actually real? It is apparently real. It's the real song. I understand, and that's what he's singing about. Let's live for the moment. Take my hand for the moment. I've been trying to get you for so long, just to lose you now. Babe, I can't lose him now. I can't lose you now. So stop playing around with feelings that ain't yours. Because I thought we had something, but it's someone else who could take it all from me. And I don't want it because it was never mine. No, it was never mine. It sounds like a denial coming in at the end there. So people are still speculating on exactly when she might have lost her life. People are saying she was killed in early August. This is a timeline that's been circulating, and I did have a look at this before. It says, here's my thoughts, my timeline. I think Celeste died between August the 8th and the 11th, roughly. Here's why. Last time Celeste likes David's post is July the 31st. Last time Celeste's closest friends heard from her was very early August. He seemed happy at the Del Mar show on August the 5th, and his face started looking scary around the St. Petersburg show August the 12th. Based on his body language from the videos available, he looks scared, fragile almost. Surely no remorse, but scared to get caught. Graveyard eyes, the kind of eyes Lil Durk has. They're empty and big. These are speculations that he did stay in the Hollywood Hills home in early August. Based on the general decomposition estimates and the state of her body found on September the 8th, the body could have been there for a few weeks, making it almost mid-August. And this is him posting, him getting ready for the show. He's wearing that bracelet again. We done seen that bracelet a few times. I'm going to save that as well, because this is the plot just keeps thickening. Yeah, it's crazy. This is a comment, somebody that's going around. He most likely offed her, went on tour to play it off. His manager made sure the car was impounded. Impound yard took the cash but didn't crush the car. She was probably pregnant. Him and his manager are cooked. That sounds very plausible. These are other people's theory, and people think the pregnancy theory is true as well. He has, in those photos in the comments, what I call sociopath shark eyes, where somebody's eyes, no matter the color, end up going dark, dead, and cold, like a shark's do right before and after they feed. I love sharks, no disrespect to them. It's a common trait in sociopaths. I've seen it twice in person. It's effing terrifying, like a switch has tripped in them. Okay? It's him saying, I'm going to write a song about you to somebody. I don't know if that's the same girl. Him commenting on a new girl's post in early August. Okay, that's crazy. We're gonna keep that as well. All right. Oh man, it's just wild. It's just wild. So the last thing I'm going to show you, it's not related to the pregnancy rumors, but this is just really dark. It's basically people saying, look how big the front of a Tesla is. Also, they said that there was a huge dent, but it didn't say where. I think this just goes to show you how heinous this crime was. It's not easy for somebody to get into the front of a Tesla trunk. It's very small. Obviously, the reports were that the body was chopped up, which is very dark. And that's where it allegedly would have been found. So that really just goes to show you just how heinous and how brutal and gruesome the actual disposal of this human being was. And it's really not to belittle this topic. It's very serious and it's very sad. People are saying, I feel sick. This is so disturbing. Not going to lie, I didn't see what this subreddit was, so I just thought people were really upset about how small the Tesla's front trunk was. It looks really small compared to other cars I've seen. He must have cut her up to make her fit. According to news sources, it was only her torso and head found in the front. By the way, I can't believe he cut the person up all by himself. There must have been someone helping him. If her lower half is missing, I don't even want to think about it. And I think I've seen some people speculating on whether he kept souvenirs. Now, it was in fact a Model X, and this is the front. They're saying it was a bigger front. There is actually quite a lot more space in the Model X front. So that maybe does make more sense, but I still don't think that it belittles. And that is a picture of the bag where the remains were found in the front trunk of the Tesla, pointing out that it was a different shape. So it was definitely, it was definitely a Model X. So yeah, this is super twisted. So that's the thing, that everybody's saying that this pregnancy rumor could be true. I personally think that if the girl was pregnant, that does give an even bigger motive. Obviously, he, if this is a underage relationship that he was having, he obviously wouldn't want to get caught. That gives a motive in itself. But if the girl was pregnant, that makes the situation even more harder to manage and even more difficult for him to try and cover his tracks. So we're going to find out. Obviously, we're going to find out when the autopsy comes out, what the update is on that, whether or not she was pregnant at the time of her passing. And I think that is going to be very illuminating, and it's going to give a lot more context to what's going on. So I'll update you guys. I've just been seeing, apparently there's been a bunch of posts and comments and images that were deleted from the David Discord. It sounds like damage control mode is in full effect, and I wouldn't be surprised if some other people actually end up being on the hook for the cover-up of this situation. It's very messed up. So I'll keep you guys updated in another video soon. Appreciate you. Very sad story. Rest in peace, Celeste, and I'll catch you in the next one.